Well, Rob, we just found out that your 2007 Rosé of Sangiovese has won sweepstakes award at the largest North American wine competition down in Sonoma County. Talk to us a little bit about this particular wine, then also the trend toward dry rosés.
Well, to give some history on what we do with Sangiovese rosé, I've been intrigued with Sangiovese. I don't think it works very well in the Washington climate, and I would stand behind that, whoever's making it. It makes a wonderful rosé for the reasons it makes kind of a lousy red. And by making a rosé out of the variety, you concentrate on its wonderful kind of pomegranate, strawberry, tropical fruit, and you minimize its tendency to enormous unsupported tannins. If you make a red wine, you do just the opposite. So that being said, it was a natural to make rosé out of Sangiovese. It so happens that one of our old friends and key growers had some Sangiovese he had to do something with, so hence we started the rosé program back, I think it was the year 2000 for us. I'd actually have to go to the records, but so it's a fairly new project, but it's not last year. Every year we've made rosé out of Sangiovese, we have gotten a best of show, best of category, double gold, high level award somewhere. For this San Francisco Chronicle competition we're talking about, this is the third year in a row that it's been, well, it was best of category twice, and last year it was just a mere gold. But that being said, when you look at the quality and the price issues, we're offering an awful lot in a bottle of wine that costs $10 or $12.
How much are you making of this wine?
We're making, oh gosh, this year we'll have about a little less than 4,000 cases, which is a lot more than we started with. We are limited in what the vineyard can produce, but we're also planting more.
Now, some people look at a rosé and they think, White Zinfandel or some kind of other California Kool-Aid, and that's really not the case with this wine.
Absolutely not. If you want to look at, recent rosé trend, it really started in the south of France, in those huge growing areas where they produce surpluses of fruit. They started making more bone-dry rosé a few years back, and they've caught on quickly. And that's the secret of this wine, is it is indeed bone-dry. It's without perceptible sugar, and it's a very serious food wine. It's also lots of fun, but the classic use for rosé that we talk about is, sit out on the deck at a restaurant or your house and have some pasta and a slice of fish and a glass of rosé. It's a wonderful lunch wine. It's marvelous with salmon, and it's not sweet, and it does have a little tannin, so that it answers food very appropriately. So from a qualitative standpoint, it's wonderful stuff.
Okay. Do you see this trend with other within the Northwest of other winemakers making dry rosés?
Absolutely, and we're not the only winery that's done well with Sangiovese rosé. There are a few others out there who have won their share of competitions as well. I, of course, have my biases and would put mine up against anybody's, but I think as a regional wine, I wouldn't be surprised in 30 years if there was a lot of this coming out of the Northwest. It's lovely wine. There's nothing overly simple or trite about it. It's great stuff.
I suspect your accountant loves the fact that you've got a 2007 wine. It's already bottled. It's already won a big award and ready to be sold.
I don't imagine that's going to hurt anybody's feelings. One of the other fun things about it is that since in the vineyard we know from the very beginning of the process it's going to be rosé, we can crop a little more aggressively than we would if we were trying to make a red out of it, where we want different aspects out of the fruit. So from a strictly farming standpoint, it gives the opportunity to return a lot of money to the grower, get a bottle of wine in the consumer's hands at a reasonable price that's of global quality. So it has real potential in the region.
This has been available primarily through the tasting room. Are you going to make it a little more widely available with 4,000 cases?
Most of our sales, if you analyze it, have been in Western Washington. It's been slower to catch on retail outside of urban areas, but we've been pretty successful with it, let's say, in New York City, and certainly in the greater Seattle, Portland, I-5 metro area. That's where most of the wine is sold.
Now, our analysis of various rosés, because we tasted quite a few of them, is that Sangiovese and Cabernet Franc are two varieties that really seem to do well in that rosé category. And I know you've experimented with Syrah and such, but any other experiments that you've done with rosés?
Well, back many years ago, I made Cabernet rosé, and with great success, but that's not the highest best use in this region of Cabernet. And I would submit that rosé is the highest best use of Sangiovese, at least of the Grosso clone, which is what most people have. It's the more commonly planted variety. I also like Sangiovese because it has a very low tendency towards herbaceous and vegetal flavors, which I think interfere with the crystal clean fruit that you can get out of Sangiovese.
And people come into the winery, they'll be able to start buying this soon?
We will probably have this available for purchase in February.
Okay. So the award is kind of a preview for what's to come.
Yeah, exactly. It's good timing, and there would be no point in sending last year's rosé to this year's competition because the wine's sold out. It's a seasonal thing for us. We have it about half the year, and then it's gone. And it kind of happens that way every year. People wake up and realize it's here about the time we sell it out. But perhaps this year there'll be a little more interest in it a little earlier.
Do you see as your case production increases and there's just even more and more interest, so that it's not like it lasts the whole year then?
That's right, and we are incredibly selective about the fruit that goes into it. We're having the grower, and that's Maury Balcom in Pasco, is expanding his production. He has something like 5 acres now, and we're going to plant another 4. So in a few years, we'll be able to increase the volume. But it's also fun to have this as a seasonal wine. It's something people in the trade look forward to. Frankly, they're more likely to promote it if they know it's only around for 6 weeks than if it's there all year.
Right. Now, someone coming into the tasting room who is a new wine lover, and maybe their experience has been Beringer or Sutter Home, are they going to be a little disappointed with this wine, or is it still going to give them?
I would hope not, but they have to change their expectations. This is not a wine that's focused on casual, all by itself cocktail sipping. It's delicious that way, but it's really focused on food. It's dry. It's a little tart. It's a wonderful foil to food, and particularly if you think Mediterranean food, a bottle of rosé and a salad niçoise is about as good as it gets if you're sitting out in the sun somewhere enjoying a summer meal.